two public comments. Anybody can make any public comments?
Okay, approval of the previous month's minutes, November 17, 2016.
Did anybody get a chance to read it? What went on last?
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, 2016 EMPG submission.
Okay, we submitted the emergency manager's performance grant last week. Commission signed it this week. It was for $29,400 and change, I think it was. Don't hold me to that number. I have to look at it, and we've gotten it finished before I got this done. So, but that was submitted. So hopefully we'll get some money back.
All right, annexes in the EOP to be updated at 17.
Okay, in the sheet you guys got attached, the second sheet, it has the annex. This is the emergency operations plan. These are the actual, they're like chapters of how we operate when we have emergencies. And the ones in red are the ones I did last year, or we did with the help of other people in the county. Sheltering was done a couple of years in a row, but because we had a lot of issues with shelters and we're still working with them. And then the hazardous materials was added, and then another added was the special needs population that we didn't have addressed. This year, what I think we're just going to do is go down the list. We'll do the first three. We're required to do 3 a year through the state. We can do more if we'd like, if we get done with them and we want to go with. And all we're going to do is read through them, update them. If there's any changes, anything needs to be changed, like the addressing, because the courthouse changed their address because of 911. So there's a lot of the stuff that's in there has to be changed. And like notification and warning, we added the app for warning, so we have to add that into our system, into the annex. So I figured we'll just do annex A, B, and C if everybody's all right with that.
I mean, those are, I mean, none of them is more important than the other, of course, but I think those are 3 things that are a good start to kind of get everything moving.
Everybody good with that?
All right, so the hazmat exercise for 2017.
Okay, for the hazmat exercise for 2017, I've had several of the oil and gas companies come to us and ask if we were going to hold one. They'd like to sponsor, so we're going to start working with Mark West. They have to have one every year. We'd like to get the first responders in the community involved. So we're going to start working with them and a couple of the other companies. I've got on my list of things to do to get them contacted and see if we can't get a group of them together and make a plan and a date set to do a hazardous material exercise. The state likes to see the counties do them on a regular basis, and at least one a year. And then, like I said, the health department is required to do a hazardous material exercise. Mark West, most of the companies that we have around here, they're required, their corporate offices require a hazardous materials exercise. So it would be great if we can combine them all and have everybody doing them. And the exercise doesn't necessarily have to be some full-scale thing, bring all the equipment out. It could be a tabletop, it could be a discussion board, however they want to do it. And we'll work with them and see how they want it. All right, any questions?
All right. Okay, the CERT update.
I did not get anything from Shane. Wasn't sure he was going to come or not, but he's still working on what his biggest issue is he has to get recertified in a couple of things, and he's not really sure if he has to. And then once he is, he's been talking with Greenwood Fire Department, and they've got several people wanting to get involved in the CERT program, and they're willing to hold the classes at their station. We're waiting to find out if he needs more certificates in order to start up again. Any questions on that?
Do you have anything on the Red Cross? I know that the representative.
Yes. Jesse Hoff, our representative here, was supposed to be here, and he just emailed me. One of the things he did want to pass out is they have the free smoke detector program that they've been working with. They would like to, it has to be, go through either the Red Cross or the local fire departments. And then the businesses and or the fire departments, businesses can get involved in it as well, and I'll see if any of the local businesses would like to give them out and have people go out and install them. There are stipulations. You can't have more than 3 smoke detectors per home. The detectors must be installed by members of the organization receiving the detectors, like the fire department or a company that decides they want to get involved in it. They have to sign an agreement, then understand the boundaries of the program. In other words, you have to keep the smoke detector, you have to have batteries, that kind of thing. And then there's a service acknowledgement form that must be filled out for each home that has detectors. It says, as a security measure, at least one person on the team doing the installs at a home must have some type of background search. In other words, you can't just send somebody in there. You have to have somebody that's got some kind of security background check done. So if you want to put that out, and if anybody's interested and has a group that would like to do that, you can contact Jesse, call my office, and Jesse will be, I'll give you Jesse's number, and you can contact him if you guys would like to get involved in that. And I'll pass that on to the people at the Lepc, if they have any group or something that would like to get together, Lions Club or something that may want to do something like that. Okay? Anybody else got any questions or?
Do you have the number that I could put?
For Jesse?
Yeah, well, for...
I'll, let me pull up his numbers here. Okay, his work number is 304-494-7428. That's the number I have. And I'm not quite sure which one that is because I've got like 3 different work numbers. One's a hotline, another one's another office number. So start with that one. And his name is Jesse Hott, H-O-T-T. There's actually 2 Jesse Hotts that work for the Red Cross. One's a female, one's a male. This is the male. Works there. So if you ask and they get you a female, you got to.
I'm sure that gets confusing.
Yeah. Because I know we only found that out. We went to a class and she said she was Jesse Hott, and I went, "Oh, you're the one I've been dealing with." She said, "No, that's the guy that works out with." So. Anybody else? Anything? Anything else they want to push out? Again, if you get time, get the app for the heads up. Emergency notification. We've sent out a few things here and there. You can get it on any of your stores. It's free. It just heads up emergency notification. You can get anything that goes on in the county. Questions? Sorry, it was a quick meeting.
All right. Nothing else? Do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Yeah, we've been rolling with it.
Who's taking the minutes?
Huh?
Who takes the minutes?
It came up across my thing.
She does.
It said boil water advisory. And it was sitting on the table and people, I wasn't there and they were like, is this from?
Yeah, you know.
How do you get this? I was like, no, this is about.
Yeah, I know.
This Mon County had it.
That's what it
I was
said.
like, yeah, I think it's a pretty neat system.
Exactly.
It does help, especially, well, the 911 center sends it out on the, over the air, and they'll text it and stuff like that, but. it's
You are
nice,
FRN,
especially
right?
People don't have radios, and they
Yes.
don't get
Okay.
text messages.
Well, the thing that I don't like is, like in Morgantown, when roads are bad or there's something wrong, you have to look at the county's
Yes.
website, and you have to look at the Homeland Security's website, and you have to look at RMS's website, and if this, and that's on Facebook, and they don't always update, so that.
Everybody gets one shot.